All 10 bodies have now been recovered from the crash site, which stretches over a mile, although they haven't yet been formally identified. One of them, we're told, is the body of Yevgeny Prigozhin. The speculation is it is highly likely that the Russia's FSB intelligence service orchestrated the plane crash, maybe on the direct orders of Vladimir Putin. But if it was at his direction, you would get no sense of that from the statement he put out a little earlier. The president said Prigozhin was a talented businessman, someone I have known, he said, since the 1990s. He sent his condolences to the family.
Field, 60 miles from Moscow, the wreckage of a plane. The private jet on which the Russian authorities say Yevgeny Prigozhin was travelling. An investigation's underway into the cause of this crash. Was it a bomb? A missile? Was it sabotage? The authorities say all 10 people on board were killed. But it's Mr. Prigozhin's fate that is centre of attention. For years, the Kremlin's Mr. Fix-It, his mercenary group, had fought in Ukraine. But 2 months ago, it mutinied. They took over the city of Rostov and moved on towards Moscow. It was an unprecedented challenge to the Kremlin. So, is Yevgeny Prigozhin's reported demise in the plane crash President Putin's revenge? Today, the Kremlin leader broke his silence on the crash. He said he'd known Mr. Prigozhin a long time, since the early 1990s. He called him a man with a difficult fate who'd made mistakes, but who was talented. But President Putin has previously called the Wagner mutiny a stab in the back and betrayal he cannot abide. If the crash was an act of revenge, then what is the message?
This is a clear message to elites. You must be loyal, or you must express your double loyalty even. And this is a message to ordinary people. Look, you can survive this period, but you must be quiet. There is no need in supporting somebody else. Only Putin is your president, your autocrat, your person to admire.
In other words, don't cross the Kremlin. The world of Russian politics, though, is a murky one. Some here suspect a hoax. There's talk of a second Wagner plane that landed safely. But outside Wagner offices in St. Petersburg, there's now a shrine. People here are in mourning for a mercenary chief they believe has been killed. Steve Rosenberg, BBC News.
Also lots of compliments. But that doesn't change the fact, I think, that many people, if not most people in Russia and certainly abroad, will conclude or have concluded that the Russian authorities were behind what happened to the plane. Why is that? Well, we know what Vladimir...
Initial assessment is that it's likely Prigozhin was killed. We're continuing to assess the situation. We don't have any information to indicate right now. The press reporting stating that there was some type of surface-to-air missile that took down the plane. That we assess that information to be inaccurate. Again, nothing to indicate, and no information to suggest that there was a surface-to-air missile. But beyond that, I'm really just not going to have any further information.